It's the final race of the day from Silverstone, and it's the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship once again. Here on BSR TV, Andrew Woodhouse with Adam Bath again for the third time tonight. And Adam, a couple of great races so far today. The weather is fine. Are we going to see some fine racing on offer here?
I think we are. We don't need the overcast conditions today like we saw at Spa or Indianapolis. We're going to see some proper touring car racing. Linus Bostrom on the pole position. He currently sits 9th in the Drivers' Championship, and alongside him will be Robert Plumley. 3rd place Ellis Stevens, 4th Gordon Wilson, 5th Martin Johnson, 6th Dan Kraft, 7th Ben Gregory, 8th Wojciech Savidovic, 9th Ben Palmer, and in 10th place would be Jerome Kaiser. So it's going to be an interesting race 3 with some unknowns at the front of the grid, and Savidovic right in the mix with the Pro-Am cars as well, Andrew. So race 3 is going to be an epic, I think.
Yeah, if you can make it through without contact, you would think Wojciech Savidovic is going to have a great chance of winning the race, but it's not going to be easy. You know, Linus Bostrom had a very good season last season, I believe, and you know, he's not going to be a pushover, and if he gets into the lead as well, he might run away with this. But Savidovic's lead now in the championship, now 40 points over Stefan Hug, so getting closer and closer, Adam. By the end of the season, they could be right together.
Yeah, we've still got 6 races to go if you don't include this one, and they're at Brands Hatch and Bathurst, 2 very different circuits, so the championship is very much still all to play for. The warm-up session's just finished. We're just gridding up now, ready for the start of race 3. One of the big improvers in this race meeting, Ashley Sutton, his win in race 2 and a strong performance in race 1, even after a jump start, means he's now elevated up to 6th place in the standings, and I think, Andrew, he might be able to get 5th by the time this race is over.
Yeah, it's very possible. He's making a big championship move today. Great performance so far from him, and we're going to see hopefully more from him in this one. He's starting from 17th position on the grid, so going to have to make some passes. We know he's great at that. We'll see if he can do it cleanly and make his way through. So, Linus Bostrom on pole. Robert Plumley alongside him. Who's your money on to get to the first corner first, Adam?
I think my money will probably be on Linus Bostrom. I know he's a good driver. He drove for the team that won the Constructors' Championship 2 seasons ago, Movigo. So I think he should be able to get through the first corner safely.
Hope they can. Sake of it, he's got quite a good advantage on pole here, isn't it? It's on the inside as well of Woodcut Corner. So going to hear the revs build here for these Kia Optimas. For the final time today, the green light comes on, and it's a good start by Bostrom. It's not a great start by Plumley. Ellis Stevens is going alongside him as they go into Copse Corner.
Yeah, everyone keeping it a good job at the moment. Stevens down the inside of Plumley. The two don't make contact. Cars going in all directions there through Copse. No one's made major contacts.
3 abreast, is it?
Yeah, in some places. And Bostrom's managed to streak clear. He leads, and look at Johnson. He could be making... Oh, look at Plumley. I think that's Plumley off.
Oh, and one of the Laser Tools cars was extremely out of shape there. Now breaks himself majorly, and Ben Gregory's got damage, and he's flying through the field. And off goes one of the Engine All Direct cars hard into the wall, and that's Ashley Sutton and Robert Plumley have gone round as well.
So terrible for CQR.
Sutton's car is knackered.
And look at who's the main beneficiary of it. Wojciech Savidovic is up into 5th place, but cold tyres, he's still sliding all over the place and might allow his teammate Graham Carroll to have a little bit of a lunge. But as we come around to complete the first lap, bit of carnage for CQR, but Linus Bostrom still has the lead ahead of, I believe it's Ellis Stevens.
Actually, Sutton's coming into the pits.
Hug's down to 21st as well, so Stefan Hug not having a good race 3, and we're only 2 laps in.
Yeah, serious damage on the front of that T-Mo car, Adam. He's been in the walls with someone there in that carnage as the leader of the line, Linus Bostrom for Lugnuts Racing, the Pro-Am team. It'd be great for them to get a victory.
Yes, it would. I remember Lugnuts car starting on the front of the grid for most of the race 3s this season, not having a good result. So this is what Linus Bostrom really wants as we head down the Wellington Straight. Wojciech Savidovic lining up 4th place car, Dan Kraft. There was a bit of contact between the pair in Beckett's. Will Savidovic try and go around the outside now? Has he got his tyres up to temperature? He has. Yes, he definitely has. Down the inside into Luffield, and he's up into 4th place, and his teammate Graham Carroll might try and follow him through as well.
That's not the first time today, is it, that Carroll's managed to make that move at Luffield Corner. Brilliant effort from Carroll up into 5th place following Savidovic. Adam, was it just a case of cold tyres for a few people at the start, do you think?
Yeah, even though it was a sunny race, I still think cold tyres was playing a major factor, definitely for Robert Plumley, who started second. He just lost control of the car and went off. But look at Ellis Stevens. Ellis Stevens, the Season 1 and 2 champion of the BSRTC. He's up in second place. My memory can't recall the last time he won a race, and he's definitely lining up the Lugnuts car now.
Tell you what, it looks like he has the pace as well. He's quicker than Linus Brostrom at the minute then. And going down towards Brooklands, we see that. But, he's outbraked himself and he's smashed into Brostrom. That's not the champion's manoeuvre there from Stevens, but he is into the lead.
It's definitely
any way it counts, I suppose.
It's definitely a touring car move. He takes the lead, and look, that's bunched the field up massively. Martin Johnson for CQR up into second, Wojciech Zawidowicz up into third place, and Bostrom down to fourth now, and is under pressure from the other Apex TV car of Graham Carroll.
Brostrom's going to be absolutely furious. Quite rightly so, I believe there. Only 20 degrees out there, Adam, as well, so not massively warm today, warmish. There's almost contact between Carroll and Brostrom, so I don't think these guys are going to have too much trouble with overheating the tyres later on in the race, but I reckon the fronts are going to take some punishment around Silverstone.
Yeah, massive radius corners, the likes of Copse, Beckett, and the fast corner of Brooklands, so definitely the tyres are going to be taking a punishment here as we head into Brooklands. Bostrom closes right onto the back of Carroll, might have given him a bit of a nudge.
He's in the gravel.
Yes, he goes through the gravel pit, hits a few of the cones, and look at Kraft in front. He just hits the back of Carroll as we come onto the front straight once again.
Just going back quickly earlier to Robert Plumley, it's not the first time he's lost it in race 3 this season, is it? It seems to happen quite often. Yeah, Savidovic threw on Johnson for second place. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and it might be Savidovic's race win now because they've closed in on Ellis Stevens. I don't know whether that's a result of damage to the Elite 220 car, but he's definitely slow now as we head into Maggots and Beckers. Surely it's a matter of time before the championship leader Savidovic gets that lead. An update on Ashley Sutton. Ashley Sutton is out of this race, a DNF for the CQR car after we were building him up to get up to 5th place in the championship. Here comes Savidovic though, down the inside into Brooklands. Will he get the move done cleanly, unlike Ellis Stevens a few laps ago? Down the inside, clean as he liked there by Wojciech Savidovic. New race leader here at Silverstone, but look at Johnson and Carroll.
Oh, Graham Carroll.
And Kraft's going to benefit.
And the 3 abreast through Luffield, goodness me.
Carroll's going to be out on the outside and he hits Johnson.
Of course, Johnson, big one.
And Carroll has to go through the gravel as well, so he drops to 7th place.
Did Carroll hit the wall as well?
No, I think he managed to survive. Only a bit of body contact between him and Martin Johnson, so another CQR car bites the dust.
Not going to be happy with that either. But look at, we said Savidovic, now he's got in front of Ellis Stevens. The other championship contenders nowhere to be found. Rushworth's 6th. Okay, 6th is okay, but when they have to be getting points back on Savidovic, it's not what they want.
Look at Adeko Lopez though, he was won race 1, 3rd in race 2, and now he's going to try and snatch 3rd place away from Dan Kraft as we head down the Wellington Straight. He's going to look down the inside, cuts right back to the outside, and we'll try that move that works so well, which we've seen, but it doesn't work. He wants to get the inside line there for Luffield, so he stays in 4th place for now, but he's got enough time, 17 laps still to go.
Lopez with a little bit of damage as well on the front of that, what is for this race at least an Elite 220 car. Going to try and size up Dan Kraft going into Copse. We see dive to the inside, having to settle back into line. So also Ben Palmer again, Adam, another great performance so far. P8. It's going to be P9 now because he's gone off the track at Copse.
Yeah, and it means that the other Lugnuts car, Aaron Gearing, could have a look. And look at Bostrom closing up on the inside of Lopez and Rushworth down the inside of Bostrom as we head out Beckett's and down the Wellington Straight. Those 4 cars all having their own battle, 2 by 2 down the Wellington Straight.
Carroll's just behind them as well. He's waiting to pick up any pieces. Graham Carroll's usually one who manages to do just that. And Carroll's outbraked himself. He's going for the inside on Brostrom, and that's from a long way back. But side by side with Lopez and Kraft.
Lopez down the inside, Kraft's not giving any of it. Cones flying everywhere in the background, and Rushworth might be able to take the opportunity as well. Yes, he does. So Rushworth up into 4th, and Lopez up into 3rd position as we head through Woodcote.
punishing the cones, left, right, and centre, going everywhere. As Jamie Rushworth is he gonna have a look at Adeko Lopez? There's no massive braking area there. It's just a couple of downshifts, maybe just even one for some of the better drivers here in this car. As really, Kraft's the only one in that pack who doesn't have any damage on him.
Right there,
oh, he's looking on Rushworth. Oh, he hits him.
There's that damage now, and as we head out of Beckett's and down the Wellington Straight, that's meant that Lopez can break away from those squabbling pair behind him, and look who's going to try and get past them. It's Graham Carroll in the Apex Racing TV car.
Yeah, indeed, and Carroll trying to go around the outside. We've seen him break extremely late into Brooklands, but he's not going to get that drive. Not enough drive to get alongside, although that's his favourite move, isn't it, on this track? It's been a very effective one for him in this meeting. In the BSRTC, you can, and as well, just behind them, a couple of Lugnuts cars, Linus Broström, Aaron Geary, and Ben Palmer up in ninth. These guys are actually 3 seconds ahead of your own Kaiser, so Palmer, Gearing could be great results for them.
Yeah, and this will help them in their Pro-Am pursuits, because Ben Gregory, what position is he in? He's down in 22nd place, so this will help their Pro-Am championship immensely. As we were heading down the front straight, Ellis Stevens moved out of the way for Adeko Lopez, let him through. Now Lopez can set off after Savidovic, and Lopez, a series champion, I think he could be in with a shot of winning this race because he's still got 14 laps to do. But look at that, 3 wide down the Wellington Straight. Rushworth, one of the Engine or Direct cars, and an Apex Racing TV car, all 3 abreast down into Brooklands.
This could end really badly. Actually, Carroll braked quite late there, and he's going to get up the inside of Rushworth. Broström up the inside of Kraft. Yeah, Kraft's gone from 4th to about, I think, 6th now.
Yeah, Kraft did a fantastic job though he managed to avoid a huge incident by braking a bit early and allowing the 2 cars in front to sort themselves out as we head down the straight though. I think that might be Dan Kraft trying to get past the Lugnuts car into Cops.
Tell you what, he almost got a wheel up the inside of Linus Broström, but just couldn't commit to the move. It's like I said, it's a very short braking area there. You're not slowing down too much, as still Ellis Stevens is in a podium position after that contact with Broström. I bet if Broström gets back to him, I bet there's going to be some fireworks.
Yeah, and Ellis Stevens will have more worries on his mind in a minute, because Graham Carroll and his Elite 220 teammate Jamie Rushworth is starting to loom in his mirrors, but Rushworth might be trying to get past Carroll there as we head through Brooklands and into Luffield. Oh, a bit of contact. No. Look at Rushworth going to go around the outside of Ellis Stevens. Fantastic move there by the Series 4 champion. Jamie Rushworth through into 3rd place.
Like a pick and roll from Stevens. He managed to sort of screen Graham Carroll, allowed Rushworth to get through, but without losing any places. And if he can block Carroll off here, he might secure Rushworth the podium position. And yes, and Stevens, he doesn't stay in front of Carroll for long. I think Graham's going to get the inside line.
Yeah, fantastic job there by Graham Carroll to get the cut back through Cops. And as we head down to Maggots and Beckett's, Carroll's got the inside line. Will Stevens try and stick it with him round the outside? Yes, he is. They're going to go side by side. Oh, Carroll trying to force him off. That's not going to work like he did with Martin Johnson.
He hits him. Carroll's going to go hard into the wall. No, he doesn't.
Fantastic job there. That's the benefits of tarmac runoff area. The benefit, yeah, that's the benefit right there. And as we head into Brooklands, Ellis Stevens now in 5th place, coming under pressure from Linus Broström. I do believe contact there as we head into Luffield.
Tell you what, Stevens might not fight at the front as much as he used to do, but he hasn't lost any of that competitive spirit. But having said that, I think the stewards will be wanting a word after this one, as Palmer's got past Dan Kraft.
But Kraft's definitely on the back of him now as we head down the straight, and look at Palmer having to go to the inside line. And as we head into Cops, will Kraft try and go around the outside? Palmer breaks very late. He's going to go wide, surely. Yes, he does, and that allows Kraft back through into 7th place. Will Palmer try and... Yeah, Palmer has lost the place now.
Back on the course, though, is Ben Palmer. No harm done. Position lost. I'm sure I could hear some contact or something. Might have been between Broström and Stevens, so this could get tasty, Adam, as they go down towards Brooklands. Already some history from earlier on in the race, it seems.
Yeah, let's see if any of that retaliation happens down the inside. Yes, he does. Fantastic move there by Broström, and maybe Ellis Stevens feels a bit sheepish after what happened earlier, but Linus Broström up into 4th, and look at Darren Kraft. He's trying to get past Broström's teammate at Lugnuts Racing, the 44 car. That's Aaron Gearing, who's doing a fantastic job in the Pro-Am car. Yeah,
Gearing's obviously got that car hooked up, doing his best work of the season, I think, so far. He's ahead of Daniel Craft, who's actually got past Ben Palmer again, but Palmer doing a terrific job. He's only 8.3 seconds off the lead after 13 laps, right on the back of this pack. He could even finish, he could even finish 4th or 5th if these guys come together.
Yeah, that looks increasingly likely. This 5-car train is getting closer and closer together as we head through Beckett's. An update at the battle for the front. The gap is 3 seconds. I thought Lopez would start and try to close on Savidovic, but the two of them are lapping pretty identical lap times. They both did a 58.2 last time around, so I think Savidovic has got it easy at the front. As we head into Brooklyn, Stevens goes a bit wide, gives Gearing a shot at that position.
Savidovic has a little bit of traffic though, Adam, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, Brusham from at the head of this group, then Stevens. They definitely hasn't forgotten how to fight in wheel-to-wheel combat, as Aaron Gearing. He's looking like the fastest one of this bunch, isn't he?
Yeah, as we come across the line, Gearing does a 58.8, and mainly because they're all in one car train, it's hard for them to set a quick lap time. They all did 58.8, and look at Bostrom there, all over the curbs, all over the runoff area. That's definitely allowed Stevens to close up onto the back of him. Will he have a lunge down into Beckett's? That's not one of the main overtaking spots on the track. Usually it's down, we're seeing the overtakes happen into Brooklands and Luffield. So as we head down the Wellington Straight, look at Ellis Stevens. He's definitely got a toe now on Linus Bostrom. Will he go to the inside and get the move done? Yes, he does. So Stevens down the inside of Bostrom, but Bostrom's going to hang out around the outside. Will he have the overlap? Yes, he will. Bostrom will surely have the inside line into Priory.
Oh, he tries to squeeze him, but that's never going to work.
And that's going to allow Gearing down the inside. So Stevens is going to lose out here as we come
out. Oh, no,
more
it's
contact
happened again!
Into the wall.
Gearing.
Well,
Gearing off, and he really should have. I think, to be honest, I think that one might have been Gearing's fault there. He should have maybe left a bit more room.
Yeah, I think he might have had to, I think he knew that Ellis Stevens was alongside, but once again, it is your corner after all, so you do have the right to force the car out wide, but I think Ellis Stevens had too much of an overlap.
Tough to say, isn't it? I mean, we've seen that twice with Stevens though, so maybe it's a little unfair to point the blame squarely at the door of Aaron Gearing there, but never mind. Unfortunately, Gearing's come a cropper.
Ben Palmer's up into 6th.
Yeah, he is indeed. That's going to be his best result of the season, I'm sure. Just look a bit further down. This has allowed Jeroen Kaiser actually to get right on the back of this group. Also Tim Mawson. Mawson up into 9th place. Russell Laidler in 10th. Very quiet race meeting for Russell today, but in the top 10. Good points. Stefan Hoog 11th. Hoog he's got a bit of pace, but he's got a lot of damage. Steve Walker 12th, Peter Newman up in 13th again. Good performance by him. Smolenski once again 14th. Good stuff from him. Gearing 15th now after that crash. Robert Graham 16th. Colin Steele up in 17th. Good stuff from him ahead of Stefano Giuriali. Then Graham Carroll 19th after the spin, and Ben Gregory in 20th. So look for Carroll to come up. Maybe he can catch sort of this Walker-Smolenski battle, but I think it's going to be a difficult one for him.
Right, Ellis Stevens is right onto the back of Ben Palmer as we head down the Wellington Straight. Stefan Hoog, I think he'll be happy with an 11th place. He was in the low 20s at the end of the first lap after a bit of contact at the start. Stevens has a look down the inside of Palmer, but Palmer doing another fantastic job. He's blocking in all the right places as we head into Luffield. Hard to overtake through there, and Kaiser's on the back of Ellis Stevens as well. So as we head through Woodcut, 6 laps to go. This battle is definitely shaping up for 6th place.
What Ben needs to do is he needs to run his own racing. He's not to think about Stevens and Kaiser, because I think Palmer was quicker than those guys earlier on in the race. As Kaiser goes for the inside on Ellis Stevens into Cobbs. They make contact and Stevens shoved off the track.
That was a fantastic move by Kaiser, very opportunistic, and I think it caught Ellis Stevens unawares there. And now Stevens is going to be under pressure from Tim Mawson and the CQR car, but Kaiser's lost control. Kaiser just manages to keep it on the track just in time. And as we head through Beckett's, it means that Stevens is right back on his tail once again. Very
easy to do in these cars, lose the rear on the braking, and that happened to Jeroen Kaiser then, but he's managed to retain the position. Russell Laidler's having a go at Tim Mawson now. Is he going to have a look down into Brooklands? I think he is.
Down the inside, and I think it's a done deal, but no, Mawson's going to hang it out around the outside. We've seen that move work before, and look at Kaiser's gone wide, and that's going to... contact!
Contact!
Stevens hits him off, and Jerome Kaiser will be now sent plummeting down the auto. More contact for Ellis Stevens. Surely he might be getting near that incident limit, and if he reaches it, he might get disqualified.
I'll be honest, I think he's probably he's very, very close to it. I think he also might be getting a grid penalty. I don't know about you, Adam, but I think that might be coming his way. Come Brandt Hatch, and he's making more contact with Russell Laidler now. As Tim Mawson's having a look now at the other side, and they're going to go through your breast.
Oh, he hits him off!
Big one!
All three of them off. Will Laidler's going to hit the wall? Yes, he does, and I think Ellis Stevens just got disqualified.
To be honest, I haven't got a clue what Stevens was doing there. In a few of the incidents, to be honest. But
Mawson just hits Smolensky.
he came back on.
So what's that done to
I'm
the
guessing after Tim was elected by that, he unfortunately ended up with Smolensky. But you know what, to be honest with that one, 50-50 won that one.
Yeah, 3 abreast, 3 into 1 doesn't go.
Neither of them really gave each other the room that they should have given and the respect they deserved, I think, there.
Then again, it is race 3, and we do see those kind of moves happen in the final race of the evening. So credit to Ellis Stevens for giving it his best, but in the end it does mean he gets disqualified.
Well, he's managed to provide us some entertainment and also some repair bills for everyone else's cars, so fair play to him on that one. So we've got
battle for 4th.
Yeah, Rusham and Kraft, that's the one that we need to focus on. I think we've got some good clean racing between these two all the way through the race, and we're going to see hopefully a good resolution to it. Ben Palmer's now clearly in 6th, may come under a tiny bit of pressure from Stefan Hoog at the end, but that remains to be seen.
So Ben Palmer still in 6th. That's the now top Pro-Am car after Aaron Gearing got hit out. Bostrom and Kraft, though, we've got to get 3 laps to go when we get to the line. The gap between Savidovic and Lopez, 2.3 seconds, as Kraft's got an overlap now. He's going to try and go down the inside of the Lugnut's car as we head through Woodcote.
Yeah, side by side over the start-finish line. And look at that in the other Lugnut's car. Is that Aaron Gearing back again? Is it Janowski? Lapped car, isn't it, of Janowski?
Yes, it is a lap car, Janowski. And look at Bostrom, he managed to hang it out around the outside there of Copse. They're going to be side by side down to Magus and Beckers. You can see the time marks on the track of where those 3 cars went off a lap ago. And Bostrom manages to hold on to that 4th place, but Kraft has not given up yet.
Kraft's all over the grass and the inside curb, desperately trying to rotate the car around, and he actually did a pretty good job of it. He has a slight run on Bostrom, but it's going to be a difficult one to get up the inside, but he's going to go for it anyway.
Yes, and I think there might be a bit of contact. Bostrom's leaving him just enough room, and Bostrom's doing a fantastic job here because Dale Crafters can't get the car past the Lugnut's car as we head out of Luffield. We're going to get 2 laps to go now. We're on the penultimate lap of the race. Savidovic has a 1.4 second lead. I don't know whether that's him easing off or Lopez closing the gap down, but either way, as we come across the line, Kraft and Bostrom side by side once again.
There's been a bit of traffic as well. He did have an engine oil direct
contact
car to get
between Bostrom and Kraft. Sorry there, Andrew.
That's all right.
As we head through Copse, Kraft's managed to go past. I think he's just managed to get past Bostrom. Bostrom's just come back onto the track after going wide, but Kraft's a bit gentlemanly there once again. He lets Bostrom through.
Yeah, great sportsmanship driving there from Daniel Kraft. He knows that he still might have another couple of chances. We're on lap 21 of 22. And look at Stefan Hoog right behind Ben Palmer now. I wonder if Palmer made a mistake.
Yeah, Stefan Hoog was 21st, I think, at the end of the first lap, and now he's up in 7th place. So he's limiting the damage to his championship campaign. And as we head through Brooklands and into Luffield, I think he might have a shot at getting past Ben Palmer. We're on the final lap of the race now.
Hoog's car looks awful. As after I don't exactly know what happened to Stefan, but he's definitely got a chance of getting that 6th place as we rejoin this battle for 4th place. Can Daniel Kraft get himself up there ahead of the Lugnuts racing car? Number 7, Linus Bostrom.
He's a bit far back, isn't he, Andrew? I don't know what's happening. The gap between them is 0.7 seconds as we head down to... And look in the background, Hoog's definitely got a run on Palmer, but Palmer closes the door.
Yeah, and I'm just... Yeah, Savidovic, I think, has got this one. Going to come into Brooklands. End of Adeco Lopez. So into Luffield for the final time. And this evening of racing has flown by, but it's been a brilliant meeting at Silverstone National Circuit as Wojciech Savidovic is going to solidify his championship lead here as he's going to come over the line and he's going to take victory of race 3. That's a brilliant effort from him, and Adeco Lopez is going to finish 2nd. But let's look at this 4th place fight, which actually is over. Linus Brostrom's going to do it, Adam.
Yes, he had a fantastic job there by Linus Bostrom for Lugnuts Racing, but look at Ben Palmer and Hoog. They were close there through Woodcote, but I think Palmer's just going to get 6th.
Does indeed. He holds off one of the championship contenders. The AM driver is going to be extremely happy about that. Peter Newman, 8th place for him. That's great. It's a terrific effort for Peter Newman Media. 6th and 8th is their best result of the season. I don't exactly know where Pete Newman came from, but he beat your own Kaiser in the end. And Steve Walker up in 10th. Robert Graham 11th. Aaron Gearing, despite being punted off the track, is going to come over in 12th.
Yeah, fantastic job for him even after that bit of contact. Graham Carroll 13th, Stefano Giuriali 14th, Ben Gregory 15th, and with the likes of Palmer up there as well as Gearing, that's surely going to put a dent in his AM Championship lead. It was already a slender margin coming into the evening. 16th place Tim Mawson, 17th place Russell Laidler, 18th Colin Steele, 19th Nils Jordan, and in 20th place is Steve Richardson.
All a bit of madness, wasn't it? I think Stevens, to be honest, Stevens causing most of that, and that he did for he did for Gearing, he did for Laidler, a couple of others as well. Giuriali was anonymous, 14th, but he got some decent points anyway. Nils Jordan inside the top 20, 19th. Colin Steele 18th, excellent from him. Richardson 20th. Quite a few retirements there. We lost Field, we lost Janowski, Wilson, Johnson, Stevens, Smolensky, Roberts, Sutton, and Laura Bond. We lost Laura Bond on the first lap. I don't know if you saw what happened to her, Adam.
No, it didn't. And also, just to go back to Peter Newman Media, they were sitting 12th in the team standings going into this evening. And with a result like that, I'm sure that's going to leap them ahead of United Sim Sports, who are only a few points ahead of them. So Peter Newman Media, they'll be climbing up the team standings after this evening.
I think Smolensky had a decent meeting, didn't he? Wasn't helped with that contact with Mawson at the end, which I didn't see. But yeah, Peter Newman Media looking really good today. And actually at the front of the championship, also looking really good, Adam, is Wojciech Swidovic.
Yeah, he's definitely going to extend his lead now, but not by as big as a margin as I was expecting after the first lap of this race. Hoog, after all, only finished in 7th place, and to be fair to Hoog, he doesn't always have the best of race threes, so I think that margin is still manageable for him as we head to the next round at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit.
Agreed, we're going to see some chaos there. It's almost like an oval race at Brands Hatch Indy. We're going to see some extremely good racing, I'm sure.
Where we get some drivers in to get their thoughts on the race. Who should we start off with, Andrew?
Oh, let's have a look and see. Up there. Should we start with the championship leader?
Yeah, let's start with Wojciech Swidovic.
Dom?
And Wojciech Swidovic joins us now in the commentary box after a race-free victory. Wojciech, congratulations. We saw you at the end. Deco Lopez was closing in on you. Were you just easing off towards the end of the race?
Oh yeah, I saw that Simon Field had a -1 lap at this stage, so I wanted to give him a chance to don't get lapped again. But yeah, it didn't work. He just pulled over because he'd seen Koba coming over. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. You've extended your championship lead again with that final race victory. It was getting a bit tight between yourself and Stefan, but he had a pole race at the end, so you've only got 6 races left now to defend this lead. Are you changing your approach in any way?
No, still trying to keep it clean. As we noticed, first race is not really a decider, it's the reverse grid, that's the most important, so have to be careful there, have a bit of luck, and should be okay.
The next race is at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. These circuits, Silverstone National, Brands Hatch Indy, they're quite short, quite quick. Do you prefer these short tracks compared to the longer ones?
No, actually I would prefer the longer ones. More room during practice, more room during qualifying, and yeah, even if you get into trouble, you still have time to go to the pits and repair. that will not be the case with the Indy.
You mentioned the reverse grid races being the most important. Surely is that because you've just got more to lose and people seem to come a cropper, don't they, at the start?
That's right. Yeah, we have a very similar pace, so we most of the time the first race we finish around the same place. So there's maybe 5-10 point difference. But in the reverse ones, as you said, you could lose a lot, and that's what makes a difference here.
In race 1, we saw you finish second behind Adeko Lopez. Were you desperate to get past Lopez, or were you happy sitting in second place?
I give it my best, but I just didn't have the tires. He was very, very fast. He was driving very consistent, no mistakes. Whenever, I really had to push the car and tires to get close. And when this happened, it's just the tires fall off even farther, so I really couldn't do anything there.
All right, watch out. Well, thanks very much for joining us again. Really good race again today. Look forward to seeing you at Brands Hatch.
Cheers, thanks very much, and see you there.
Well done. I think.
Should we get Ben Palmer?
I was going to say, yeah, Ben Palmer or Pete Newman or both at once. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the Peter Newman media team in there. And Ben Palmer joins us now. Ben Palmer, well done on a fantastic evening for you and Peter Newman Media. What's it like racing at the front of these packs?
It's very hard to try and keep up with all the fast people. Last season I was, driving around at the back. I managed, this season I've got a lot faster, but I still can't keep up with the fast people.
Saw you at the front at Indianapolis briefly. Didn't really last that long, but you were there for a much longer time today. Were you happy with your results tonight?
Yeah, I'm over the moon with the results. At Indianapolis, the weather wasn't very great. I think everyone was sideways, same as me. But Silverstone was probably the best race I've had.
Yeah, and you managed to hold off Stefan Hoog at the end as well. What's it like having one of the championship contenders breathing down your neck?
It's always hard having the fast people around me because I don't want to ruin their championship at the end of the day. But trying to keep them behind me, I do like it, and I managed to keep Hugh behind me at the end of the race, which was good. And I managed to score some good points.
We haven't seen the Peter Newman Media cars up there so far this season, apart from the last 2 race meetings. What do you think's clicked in us all of a sudden in the team?
Well, I'm not too sure if you know, but I've just moved to Laser Tools at Indianapolis. I think that's what's changed. And I seem to be doing a lot better with Laser Tools.
Okay, and the final 2 races, Brands Hatch and Bathurst, what are your opinions of those 2 very different tracks?
Brands Hatch will be tight, and Bathurst is like a lotto. It all depends who's on pole and who's near the back. It'll be interesting, but we'll see.
Looking forward to some overcast weather at Bathurst, Ben, if you get it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Ben Palmer there, another fantastic result for him in the new Laser Tools car. There you go, Andrew. Makes you and me look a bit silly saying that he drove for Peter Newman Media, but a good job by him there.
I did mention it in the first race.
There you go, making me look like an idiot there.
Oh, there we go. No, it's fair enough. I mean, Ben Palmer, obviously, change of teams obviously done him the world of good.
It's alright, I look like an idiot too because the overlay says Peter Newman Media too, so we're all good.
We're all idiots. Have we got anybody in at the moment?
Should we have a word with Tim Mawson?
Yeah, I mean, we could grab Peter actually. Is Peter gone, has he? Gone. Yeah, we'll grab a word with Tim since he had an eventful day.
Tim Mawson joins us now. Tim, a fairly good show for you tonight. That 3rd race though, Ellis Stevens, he was a bit rough, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't happy with him tonight. He took out quite a few people. It was a shame because we're doing quite well for Timo. But yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you were an unfortunate victim, mate, really, to be honest, in that 3rd race. But tell us about the race too, because you had a bit of contact with Wojciech. What happened in the lead up to that? Because we sort of, when he caught the end of it.
I can't remember. Oh yes, of course, yeah, yeah. Because I got taken out by my teammates into the second from last corner.
Right.
And kind of, you kind of want to get on and push on, but I just missed the braking point with all the crowd of cars around me, and unfortunately he was my brake. But I apologise to him afterwards.
Will we be expecting you to see you in Timo for the rest of the season?
No, David's back next week, I think.
You're going to enter separately, Tim, or do we expect you on the grid or not?
Well, if I can be asked, I'll come back in as a privateer. Just wanted to say apologies to Smolensky for taking him off when I came back on track as well.
Yeah, was that just you just didn't see him?
Just maybe stupid.
That's nice and honest from you anyway, mate. Good effort today anyway, fella, and we'll catch you
Cheers,
later.
guys.
Alright. Good honest words from Tim Mawson there, to be fair. Anybody else, Adam, who would you like to bring?
I would personally like to get Ellis Stevens, however I don't know whether he's available for a word or not. Ellis Stevens, of course, had quite a physical race. He was known for taking quite a few people out, including Linus Bostrom, out of the lead of what could have been a race victory. We're just waiting to see if we can get him now.
Put it this way: if it was a physical commentary box, a real life commentary box, I probably wouldn't be getting him in here because I don't know if he'd be that happy with us or the other drivers, to be honest.
And we've just found out that we can't get Ellis Stevens, so that's a shame. Hopefully we'll try and get an opinion of him afterwards, but we saw quite a few drivers not very happy with his style of driving in that third race.
I think, understandably so. I think he'll realise it when he watches it back that he could have given a bit more leeway the other drivers there, if I'm honest. But I think, to be honest, I think they're all the people I think we could speak to. But I don't know about you, Adam. Do you want to get anybody else in? But I think we've spoken to the people who had the most eventful days.
Yeah, shall we round off? So, pretty fantastic racing here at the Silverstone National Circuit, and I think we're going to be in for more of the same at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. Yeah,
I was really looking forward to this meeting beforehand, and I really enjoyed it. Definitely lived up to the expectations. So, who's your driver of the day?
Just quickly before I do that, I've just got the standings through.
Oh, okay.
Wojciech Savidovic leads Stefan Hug by 77 points. So going into this evening, he was 58 behind. Now he's 77 behind. So he hasn't lost that much. But back to your driver of the evening, I'd probably have to say Wojciech Savidovic. I mean, he was second in race 1. He might not have had as good of a race 2, but he came back to win race 3. So he's my driver of the evening.
I think the important thing for Stefan Hug when you talk about the championship is he didn't retire from the race. From any of the races tonight, he managed to stay in and finish and get good points, and that's often what doesn't happen. But I think we'll see as we go along, especially on two completely different races. I think people are going to be thinking if they can survive Brands Hatch, get consistent results there, then Bathurst, especially for the championship contenders, is going to be an easier time of it, isn't it? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I think the gaps are going to be a lot bigger at the Australian track.
Yeah, I think Stefan Hug will be very happy if the points gap is 77 points going to Bathurst, because Bathurst is, I think Ben Palmer said, is a lottery, and even if we have the overcast conditions, we saw what it did at Spa. I think it could wreak havoc with the grid in race 3.
Well, get them at Brands Hatch as well, good old-fashioned English weather, so going to see what happens. But I think that just about wraps it up for this one. Thanks everyone who's watched on YouTube, either live or delayed when the video comes up, so we're really happy for your support. Thanks Adam for joining me in the commentary box, and it's been a pleasure again.
Yeah, really enjoyed the Silverstone National Circuit. It was a lot better than the Indianapolis bike race, 3 races last week, so good to see the championship back on form, and I expect the same when we get to Brands Hatch next week.
Thanks Alex for the cameras as well. And right guys, we'll see you next week. We'll see you at Brands Hatch for some more bumping and banging, some more touring car action.